just how much was your defense a big part of creating that difference against the Braves?
Yeah, I mean, a huge part of it. That's exactly why we created the lead we did. At halftime, we talked about quite a few things. And defensively, we just knew we had to KYP or, know our personnel better and get up and defend. And we really came out strong with that in the third quarter.
Break down KYP for us a little more.
Yeah, so it means know your personnel. So just know the scout on each person and make them do, something that they're not the greatest at.
Yeah, we look at just looking at the rebounding totals. I mean, 43 to 18 for you guys tonight. Did it even feel like you guys were dominating that much right on that? Or for a forward, it brings a smile to your face right there.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy how many times, when we out rebound teams, how many times we end up winning those games. So that's always a huge, huge portion of what we're trying to do each day. But to see that big of a difference, that's pretty awesome. And it's very exciting. So.
This is a Braves side that had beaten every single team in the Valley they played for the second game. I mean, they were 6-0 in second games so far. For you guys to be the first one to beat them in a second game, I mean, just what does that say about, you guys are undefeated in the Valley right now, and it feels like we're almost at tournament time.
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting, and I think it's a testament to our team and how locked in we have come each and every game. Obviously, the first half was pretty tight and close, but we know that if we keep it close at the end of the games, like, we're going to pull through. And that's what we did, especially in that third quarter.
Coach was talking after the game as she was pointing out how there were 7 voters who said that that Bradley was going to be better than you guys going into the season. Did that play at all into your guys' heads going throughout this weekend?
I mean, we had talked about it a little bit, but, Bradley's a great team, and we just knew we had to come ready to play.
Any other questions for Abby before Brice jumps on? All right. Thanks, Abby.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Abby.
All right. Looks like Brice is settled, so we can go ahead and take questions.
Brice, just the defensive effort there kind of in the third quarter, especially when you guys are able to hold them about 6 minutes without a point. Just kind of what went into that and you guys being able to take control of that game.
Definitely whenever we walked in halftime, just our captain's just saying we need to lock down and guard, and that's the way we're going to win this game. We know we're a very good defensive team, and if we just lock in for the second half, then we'll pull through offensively.
Coach was talking about how you didn't feel the best after yesterday's game, just kind of with your performance, but being able to bounce back today, and especially there in the second half when you were able to kind of shut down Petrie a little bit, that had to feel good.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I definitely rewatched the game, stayed up late, just making mental notes, but just knowing that I came out and did what I could do, especially in the second half for our team, to get us going and get us in the win column once again.
She didn't score when you were on the floor in the second half. Just kind of what went into shutting her down, because, I mean, you guys are able to shut her down and you guys are able to break away at the same time.
It's just more of a pride thing, especially for myself. I knew yesterday just wasn't the best game for me physically and especially mentally. So just knowing that I needed to regroup and lock in for this game, I think that's what just drove me to just be more intense.
We were asking Abby about it too, but on top of defense, you guys were also just dominating the boards and rebounding. When you got players like Abby going double-double and Jazz being one board short of a double-double, just how much does it help to have those that can set you up and get that offense going immediately after the shutdown defense?
Oh, yeah, that's one of our big factors. Just we know we're one of the best teams rebounding nationally, and just knowing that we weren't really having the effort and just letting them get loose balls and stuff like that. So we know we needed to win the 50-50 balls, get all the rebounds in order to win the second half.
I asked Abby about it. Just the voters who decided to put Bradley ahead of you guys going into the year. She kind of gave us a coach's answer, but they had to be a little bit of motivation for you guys.
Oh, I mean, we know we're going to be at the top just from quarantine workouts, just keeping in touch, communicating with each other, just knowing that just because we lose one person majority of our team's been to the Sweet 16. We're very experienced and we know what it takes to win a Valley championship.
How do you keep yourself focused now? I mean, Drake dropped both of theirs this weekend. You guys have a pretty sizable lead atop the Valley, but, still work to do. Nothing's set in stone yet. How do you keep yourself kind of locked in and not looking ahead to the tournament?
Oh, yeah, we just take it one game at a time. We know every game from previous experiences have been very tough and just gritty, and we've had to fight through large deficits. So just knowing that we're taking it one game at a time, not overlooking anyone, and just sticking to our game plan.
Seemed there in the second half, you guys were able to get more into offensive rhythm. And we talked to Coach yesterday. She said not playing games very often has kind of kept you guys out of keeping a rhythm. But now you have like 3 games in the upcoming week, and you have to be excited about that based off what you guys did today.
Oh, yeah, we definitely get antsy just not being able to play. We know we all want to play. It doesn't matter how many games we play the rest of the season. We just want to give our all, and just knowing that we needed to settle down, especially from yesterday's game, to settle down, have more composure, and just play Lady Bear basketball.
Brice, I think that was it. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brice.
I thought it was definitely a better game than yesterday, for sure. Super proud of our group. We did a great job just weathering the storm. We were a little bit out of sync on offense, I think, to begin, and then we kind of found our rhythm. Rebounding definitely helped us because we just had to see the ball go through the net a little bit, and then that kind of opened it up for us. But I was just proud of our effort. I was just proud to see other people step up, people play more minutes. I challenged our bench before the game in the locker room because we needed to be able to spell some kids, and our bench came in and did some good things.
You just got to be happy with the overall effort and everything, especially there in the second half. 43-18 on the boards and keeping them off the scoreboard for nearly 7 minutes there in the third quarter. Just the effort seemed outstanding.
It was. Honestly, I'm just very proud about everything, I guess, with that game. Like I said, we had to play through some adversity. Obviously, Maya didn't play, so people were playing extended minutes, and that's difficult, and it's starting to catch up to some people, but we pushed through fatigue, we pushed through adversity, but that rebounding margin is crazy. And actually, when I went into the locker room, I was saying, it was 43-18 on the boards. Oh, no, I don't have the updated stats. That's what I said, because I didn't even believe it. I thought maybe they messed it up. So just to see our kids really just put that much effort and energy out because we want to win that bad and we want to just continue to enjoy this journey was just a very proud moment.
And speak to the defense as well a bit. I mean, Abby mentioned know your personnel, that KYP that apparently you've been preaching. Just how great was it? Wyatt mentioned, 7 minutes straight holding them off the scoreboard. Just how important was that?
It was huge. I thought yesterday, even though our defense was good yesterday, I thought that we didn't really KYP. Like, we didn't really force people where they needed to be. We didn't contest very well. We had too many uncontested shots. And then today, I thought we kind of started off the game that way. So we had to check ourselves and just really focus back on the game plan, be there and help side for each other if we are getting beat off a certain play or whatever, and rebound. So I was just happy to see them do that. They really dialed in, just got refocused, and we were able to get stops.
Brice bouncing back today after she seemed a little frustrated after yesterday's game. She held Petrie to Petrie only scored 3 points in the second half, and they came when Brice wasn't on the floor. Just that defensive effort from Brice and being able to score a little bit there in the second half.
Yeah, Brice takes it personal. I think she felt defensively that she did not do a good job, even though their numbers kind of reflected that she did a decent job on them. But there was a couple of possessions yesterday, or a lot of possessions, where she was getting beat on things that she usually doesn't. So she took it personal. She had to get going. I thought she kind of started a little slow, but she got going and had some big defensive stops on them. They didn't even give them the ball at times because Brice was playing great defense. But, I also think, by the way, Sydney Wilson's defense was phenomenal, and she played a lot of minutes at a high level. But I was just proud to see Brice bounce back. I just told her, great players have short-term memories. We don't care about yesterday. It's a new day, new moment. Let's just focus and do what we do. And I was happy to see her get going. I tried to get her going downhill and just get her confidence back.
She brought up how she was watching film late last night after the game, just not really liking how she played and everything. And we've seen what she's been able to do throughout this year, and just seems to be a clear-cut Valley Player of the Year and everything for you guys as well.
She's my Valley Player of the Year. I can tell you that much. Probably everybody in Lady Bear Nation, but we actually have some other kids on our team that could be too. That's the beauty of this team. But Brice is special. She's got ice in her veins. She's proved that. She's won a couple games at the buzzer for us. But even just more than that, the pride that she takes in her play just elevates our team, especially on the defensive end. She's a big reason why we defend the way we do. We talked about that in the summer. She could be the Valley Defensive Player of the Year. She could be one of the best defenders in the country. But if she can't get her team to kind of jump on that and play as hard as her, then we're not going to be a great defensive team. So she's taking that to heart.
This is a Bradley side that was 6-0 in those second game rematches in their Valley schedule, a team that a lot of people have been comparing and maybe even saying we're better than you guys. Did you kind of view this as an opportunity to once again assert yourselves as the best team in the Valley?
Yeah, I mean, when you, and I'm not trying to be cocky or anything. I'm just confident in my team, in our abilities. But when you sweep a team, that speaks volumes, and to sweep a team that people think are better than us, then, the proof is in the pudding.
Coach, going off of the rebounds, you guys also got to the free throw line 23 times today. How much does that mentality in terms of getting to the line kind of line up with the mentality of being a good rebounding team?
Both of them are being aggressive, putting them in situations where they have to foul us. Let's get to the line, knock down free throws. Yesterday was not a good free throw shooting day for us. Today was 87% from the line, helped us win this game. It helped us kind of gap the score a little bit, but it's all, those are effort, plays. You can't necessarily control sometimes when the ball's going in the basket, but you can control how hard you're trying to get downhill. And that's what I told Brice, get downhill and then just focus. They're going to foul you. Brice is able to draw fouls. Other people are able to draw fouls. So, and if we don't make the basket or get fouled, get the rebound. It goes hand in hand. So I was happy to see that we were able to do that.
You brought up yesterday how you guys haven't been able to get in that offensive rhythm, partly because you guys weren't playing as consistent as you'd like to. Now that you see that you have 3 games this upcoming week, you got to start feeling like you're going to start getting better and better and kind of peaking here as we go towards go into March.
That's the goal. Obviously, we want to go into March with momentum. But this is another swing that we just did a couple weeks back with 5 games in about a week and a half, and that's difficult. It's difficult on everybody. It's difficult on our players' bodies. It's difficult on me. You're constantly doing stuff. So it's hard. We all have to push through, and I have to manage their bodies the best I can. So we don't practice as much during these situations because we got to play games. We got to play games, but you'd rather be playing games than practicing. So it's a blessing too. But it is a lot on their bodies. And I think the end of it, last 5-game stretch at Valpo, we just really didn't have legs. So I'm just going to try and do the best I can to manage them physically. Our strength coach, he does a lot with recovery, and then we just have to do a lot of mental prep. But, this stretch is going to take a lot of mental toughness.
First up is a rematch with the Salukis. You did pretty well the first time around, but, in a time when you've got now a 5-game lead, I think, in the Valley, just kind of how much do you have to just keep your team focused versus how much does this group kind of just do it on their own and take it 1 game at a time?
Well, no, I got to keep them focused. They don't always get up for some of the teams that we play, and it's not a knock on the other teams, but just some have more of a pop to their name. Drake, of course, they're always going to be up for Drake. You and I, even Bradley now. But some of these rivalries go back, and some are just new rivalries. But, some teams, they don't always get up for. So just trying to keep them motivated on our goal at hand, which is right now to finish this conference season undefeated and cut down some nets and then get ready for March. But we can't drop a game. Yes, we could still finish, number 1 if we drop 1 game, but we want to finish undefeated and kind of make a statement to the committee going into March. So SIU is the next one on the list, and we just have to be ready to go.
You'd mentioned Benhar. I know you'd hope to have her for this Bradley series. Do you know what's her latest status, and do you expect to have her for this midweek matchup?
Yeah, I hope she's back next game. She's healthy and she's doing well.
Anything else for Coach? I don't believe we'll have a chance to get together before the SIU game. All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.